katumbas naman ito ay pagkakawatak-watak ng mga pamilya at wasak na kinabukasan ng mga kabataan, wala rin po itong saysay. Right now, we face two policy paths: a complete ban on all forms of online gambling or stricter and more effective regulation. Kung ako lamang po ang tatanungin, I stand firm on this. We must shut it down completely. Ban it, criminalize it, block every platform, seize every server, and prosecute not only the operators but also the enablers in government and in the private sector who profit from this misery. Nevertheless, as the chairperson of this panel, I will be open to hearing the positions of all stakeholders who are responsible and affected by this industry. But let this committee send a strong message. The Philippines will not be a playground for gambling syndicates, whether foreign or local, legal or illegal. Our youth are not for sale. Our families are not collateral damage. We are legislators sworn to protect the people, and in the face of this crisis, there is only one moral choice, ladies and gentlemen: end online gambling now. Maraming salamat po. Before we acknowledge our resource persons, the chair now requires or inquires if any of our team, and I'm sure they wanted to deliver short opening remarks. But to our colleagues, please limit your opening statement to not more than 5 minutes so that we can accommodate everybody, including our resource persons. Let us start with Senator Alan Cayetano, our chairman for Banking and Finance. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May simple pong tinuturo sa atin sa elementary school, and it is a biblical principle. Kung anong ating itatanim, yan ang ating aanihin. So I really, Mr. Chairman, appreciate your leadership. I appreciate your bold statements today. I do not take it against PAGCOR to raise funds and to regulate and to look into all kinds of gambling and gaming kasi yan ang trabaho nyo. But tama naman po ang ating chairman that yung to regulate means also the illegal side. And this is where the balance of government comes in. Meaning, if PAGCOR and the Department of Finance are looking at mostly the revenue side, where is the rest of government? So let me give you an example. Taguig is blessed because in late 1990s, we passed an ordinance na bawal ang lahat ng klase ng sugal. So when Mayor Lani became mayor in 2010, wala po kaming casino, nilabanan po namin yan. Personally po, I was the one who put in the law of PAGCOR that the LGU ay kailangan pumayag. I'll go back to that, why that's important now in this discussion. So pati po sabungan, nakumbinsin namin mga kababayan namin, wala kaming sabungan. Bingo, hindi na rin namin binigyan ng lisensya. This is part kasi of teaching young people to work hard and have the right values, and that every single peso that God gives them is to be managed well. So at that point, I just want to honor and recognize a fighter against gambling, former CBCP President and the Archbishop Oscar Cruz. No? Sinabi niya to, many attempts are being made to legalize all forms of gambling, even as casinos and lotto are now legal. But again, for us pastors, given the lure of gambling to the Filipino psyche, the legalization of organized gambling in order to raise funds, even for development, is a form of demoralization. When the rich gamble, this does not make gambling right. When the poor gamble, neither does this make gambling wrong. Gambling is wrong. To gamble one's money is wrong. To covet money through gambling is wrong. To launder gambling revenues by applying them to social projects is wrong. So, Mr. Chairman, the point po dito kasi, hanggang ngayon po nakumbinsin na namin po most kapag ka may patay, wag nang pumayag na may sakla, may terembe, may monte, or kung ano man yung mga hilig na sugal before kasi nandyan na DSWD, nandyan na yung local government na tumutulong sa panglibing. So kahit yung Cara Cruz po yung barya na Cara Cruz, hinuhuli ng pulis sa amin sa city namin. But the irony is, makikita ng mga bata yung Cara Cruz hinuhuli, pero yung illegal na isabong at kahit anong gaming pwede. The other irony is, casinos, sabungans, even lotto, may regulation how far from churches and schools. But actually, nag-CR lang yung isang estudyante, pwede siyang gumagamit, Mr. Chair, ng cellphone. So I'll end there, but the appeal is for us to come up with the right conclusion here because we're spending almost 1 trillion pesos on education. Yet, what we're teaching our people is that gambling, gaming, and addiction is okay kasi malaki naman ang kita. So let me end there and thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Cayetano. Now we'll give the floor to Senator Joel Villanueva, our majority leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat, dear colleagues, Mr. Chairman. Bilang may akda po ng Senate Bill number 47 o Anti-Online Gambling Act, nais po nating magpasalamat sa ating chairperson, Senator Erwin Tulfo, sa kanyang mabilisang aksyon sa pagsasagawa ng pagdinig na ito tungkol sa lumalalang krisis sa online gambling. Yes, Mr. Chairman, dear colleagues and resource persons, online gambling is now a growing national crisis. That is why it behooves us to address this once and for all. And as this is more than just a game of chance, online gambling is a growing menace that threatens the very fabric of our society. Every day, people are not just risking their hard-earned money. They are putting their futures, families, and lives on the line. The lure of instant wealth has already led many down a path of addiction, death, and despair. We have seen too many cases, Mr. Chairman, where gambling deaths have resulted in broken families, suicides, disappearances, and even crimes such as fraud, money laundering, human trafficking, and worse. Isa pong halimbawa, Mr. Chairman, yung sumulat po sa amin dito sa ating opisina. Isang ginang nalulong at matapos yung kanyang paggastos ng milyong-milyong piso, binenta na niya yung kanyang bahay at iba pang ari-arian. Nag-max out na rin yung kanyang credit cards dahil sa kanyang pagkakalulong sa online gambling. Doon po sa isang lugar, isang 19 dito sa Pilipinas, sa Mindanao, 19 years old po estudyante, umabot sa mahigit kalahating milyong piso. Yung pong hindi niya mabayarang utang sa pagsusugal. Mag-aaral po siya. Meron pong isang pulis doon po sa amin sa Bulacan, sa San Miguel, Bulacan. Hinold up po yung LBC at nung in-interview po siya, ito'y dulot ng patong-patong na kanyang utang, bunsod ng online gambling. Mr. Chairman, the data speaks for itself, my dear colleagues. A 2023 survey conducted by research firm Capstone Intel revealed that 66% of young Filipinos aged 18 to 40 are involved in online gambling. Even middle-aged adults are involved. They were not spared. 57% of respondents aged 41 to 55 engaged in various online gambling activities. Nearly a third of users bet 2 to 3 times a week. And Mr. Chairman, some wagering up to 3,000 pesos per session. Even worse, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, our digital age has made gambling more accessible than ever. We now live an era where anyone with a smartphone effectively has a casino in their pocket, open 24/7. No dress code, no travel, just one click. These platforms are powered by sophisticated technology and aggressive marketing strategies designed not just to attract users, Mr. Chairman, but to keep them gambling longer and coming back more often. What's deeply troubling is that many of these platforms use psychological triggers. I want to emphasize this, Mr. Chairman. May psychological triggers na ginagamit. Manipulative design elements intended to encourage impulsive and compulsive behavior. Add to that, the integration of gambling platforms into widely used mobile apps has made it nearly impossible, Mr. Chairman, nearly impossible for families to shield their loved ones from this threat. And that's why this hearing is very important. Despite all these red flags, Mr. Chairman, we see gambling advertisements being pushed to our youth through social media. streaming platforms, and even influencer content, Mr. Chairman. Please, let me put emphasis on this. Even minors are exposed to these dangerous platforms, putting our youth at risk or early addiction and lost opportunities. May mga kabataan po na hindi pa nga ho po pwedeng bumoto, pero araw-araw exposed na sa sugal. We must ask ourselves, how did we allow this to happen? And let us be clear, online gambling is not just a matter of financial loss. It's strongly associated with serious mental and physical health issues, broken relationships, family conflict, increased cases of domestic violence and suicide, crime against persons and property, and ultimately, the erosion of opportunities and dignity in the lives of many Filipinos. Sa madali pong salita, Mr. Chairman, sa sugal po ay hindi lang salapi ang itinataya, pati kinabukasan ng pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya ngayong araw na ito, gusto po natin malaman, Mr. Chair, anong mga hakbang ba ang ginagawa ng pamahalaan para mapuksa ang lumalalang krisis dulot ng online gambling? Binan natin yung Pogo, nag-shine naman tong online gambling at binanggit nyo kanina, Mr. Chairman, this time around, Pilipino na ang talagang target, hindi lang mga banyaga. Paano minomonitor ng PAGCOR ang mga licenses nito para masigurong walang mga irregularidad na nakakalusot? Ano po bang mga pulisiya ang dapat ipinapatupad ng mga e-wallet apps para hindi basta-basta nagkakaroon ng access ang mga kabataan sa gambling sites sa pamamagitan po ng kanilang apps? And I'm glad that Senator Alan is here being chairperson of the Committee on Banks dahil gusto natin maintindihan ano bang ginagawa nila. May mga e-wallets, may mga e-banks na rin, Mr. Chairman. Ilan lamang po ito sa nais nating matugunan ngayong araw na ito. And last but not the least, Mr. Chairman, ang tagal ko na hong legislator, 2 dekada mahigit na. Hanggang ngayon, gulong-gulo pa rin ako sa polisiya ng ating estado tungkol sa gambling, tungkol sa pagsusugal. Lahat illegal, pero pag dumating sa Kongreso, binigyan ng imprimatur, nagiging legal. Anong klaseng polisiya talaga yon? So hanggang ngayon ho, litong ho ako doon at sana mabigyan ng linaw, ano talaga yung nais nating tahakin. Mag-raise lang ba ng funds? Kung magre-raise lang tayo ng funds, edi pasukin na rin natin illegal drugs tsaka kidnapping. Mas mabilis mag-raise ng funds kung yun ang gusto natin. Pero ito araw-araw po, as we speak right now, may tumataya ngayon. As we speak right now, merong kinabukasan na masisira pag hindi po tayo umaksyon. Kaya again, Mr. Chairman, maraming salamat sa iyo at sa ating mga kasama dito sa Senado. Magandang umaga po ulit.
Maraming salamat, Senator Joel Villanueva. Bago po natin puntahan ang susunod pong magbibigay ng opening statement na Senador, we'd just like to put on record that Senator Bongo also filed Senate Bill number 686 prohibiting online gambling. Take note, Committee Secretary. Now we proceed to Senator Risa Ontiveros to give her opening remarks.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair, at magandang umaga po, Chair Erwin, at yung ibang mga chairs na nandirito, lahat po ng mga kasama sa ating pagdinig. Mr. Chair, ilang linggo na po natin pinag-uusapan ang online gambling at ang masamang epekto nito sa ating lipunan. At hindi po ito iisa o 2 kwento lamang. Libo-libong mga pamilya ang sinisira na ng online sugal dahil sa shortcut na ibinibigay ng internet, e-wallets at mga super apps. Sa kontra e-sugal bill na inihain ko, malinaw ang isa sa pinakamahalagang probisyon. Bawal ang direktang paglink ng e-wallets at super apps sa online gambling platforms. Hindi naman ito food delivery o online shopping, ngunit dahil masyado nitong pinadali ang pagsusugal, umabot na tayo sa puntong nagpapakamatay kahit pa mga bata dahil sa bigat ng loob at pagkabaon sa utang. Habang wala pa rito para magpaliwanag ang mga representante ng e-wallets at super apps, ibabaling ko muna, Mr. Chair, ang aking atensyon sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno, lalo na sa ating mga regulatory agencies na PAGCOR at Bangko Sentral, na may malalaking papel sa pagpapalawak ng walang awang bisyo na ito. Inaasahan kong mabibigyan din nila ng linaw kung sino nga ba talaga ang dapat namumulis sa mga online sugal na nakalink sa e-wallets at super apps. Kaya nga kailangan natin ng batas para masiguradong coordinated at whole of government ang tugon sa online sugal para hindi na magkanya-kanya ang bawat ahensya. Dahil sa e-wallets at super apps, naging portable tuloy ang pagkakasino